Welcome everyone, it's the Vision F1 series. We're at Fuji, Japan. It's round 6 out of season 4. We're just about to go. It's Malone and Franklin leading us off. And it's lights out and away we go. Malone gets a great start here. We see a long wheel spin in the back, but Malone takes us away. Franklin may be looking for a move, but he backs off. There's a really tight hairpin here. We're going to see a lot of close battles, I think. And there seems to be contact. Yes, there's a major incident in the back. Franklin, though, looking to make a move on Malone as soon as possible on those softer tyres, but he can't get by just yet. We have Fanotti looking at the inside of Franklin, but still it's smart to go on the outside here. We've seen him carrying a lot more speed. Fanotti and Guzman both looking at Franklin right now to see, can we make a move or should we just stay behind? Now we see going into this tricky chicane section, we're on board with Fanotti, and Fanotti spins. It's Guzman. Oh, there's a major incident. We're going to have to take a look at that one after the few first laps to see what exactly happened. I think Franklin's still behind Malone, but it's keeping up really well actually. Obviously Malone C1 tyres, Franklin C3 on those softer tyres. He should be able to make a pass as soon as possible. Going on to the main straight now. DRS not enabled just yet.
Yeah, because of that mistake of Goodman and Vanotti there, or that incident, there's already a slight gap, from Franklin to Goodman. But I'm sure Goodman is not done fighting yet, because he did a really great practice time. Great time in practice, and yeah, well, one of the fast guys on this track, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, Fuji, not a track that we usually race with F1 cars, but it's always interesting to try a new one. But this is ideal situations for Franklin, really being able to sort of pull away from Guzman right now, it seems. To sort of hang on to Malone by himself, and not really be bothered by Guzman. But we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Alright, almost at the end of lap 2 already. These are short laps, of course. But then I think Franklin is a little bit far away to make a move with the DRS on the straight, so we're gonna go back to the start of the rest. I'm sure we all want to see what happened in turn 1, lap 1. Alright.
Going ahead then, taking replay now. We're on board, or looking at Eend. We have Winter on the inside. Eend. Oh, he gets there on the brakes. Nicely done, actually. Positioning his car well. And I think that is Winter turning in. But we're going to have to take a slow-mo pick. And there's major contact there. That's going to be a lot of damage to Eend's car.
Alright, we're gonna take one more look at the perspective of Winter, because Eend is making a really dangerous move, to be honest, but he is doing it all in a legal way. He's not hitting anyone, but Winter is going outside of the racing line and then cuts back into it. And yeah, he should have left a little bit more space for the inside driver. I have the feeling that he didn't even realize someone was next to him. But alright, good lesson for the next time.
Okay, taking a look once again on that lap 1 incident. A lot of burnout here on the main straight. We're going to have a good view of exactly what happened here. We see Eend there locking up. Oh, and Thompson taking it really carefully. Now we're going to see mayhem, cars everywhere, cars flipping as well. But Thompson actually gets through very well. A lot of positions made there. He lets, I think that is Godfrey and Diaz through. But yeah, nice start from Thompson. He makes up a few positions. Obviously a bit of luck, but still very good, very well driven. Yeah.
We are gonna continue with Eats here. Yeah, we already saw it. There was an incident with Vanotti and Goodman, and I think Eats is the victim of this incident here. Trying to avoid, and yeah, couldn't really do anything about it. But I have to say, this is really respectful, because we talked in the briefing that you cannot go on the other side of the barrier there in the tight chicane, and yeah, I have to say, Eats is always very respectful and doing exactly what is expected from him. Thank you very much.
Following Georgiades then on lap 1, very close to the back, but obviously after that first turn incident. He is in the backfield now, hunting down Thomason on the straight. We have, I think it's Gisbert in the yellow car. Quartergaddis actually goes for a move now, attempts at least. Thomason probably, yeah, he lets him by actually. Very respectful driving here. Could Quartergaddis go for a second move down into turn 1 on Gisbert? I don't think so, but Thomason ends up in last place. But
let's see if Georgiades can make a move on Gisbert.
Yeah, but speaking of time, I mean, you don't want to be stuck behind car every single lap. I think it's smart to get this done with. But of course, yeah, it's easier down the main straight. Obviously now with DRS as well, this shouldn't be a problem for Quartergaddis, I don't think.
Oh, yes, the cameraman. All right, just in time. Oh, just too late. Fine.
Moving on then to Godfrey, Quartergaddis' teammate, looking to make a move on Diaz. Oh, and Diaz spins actually, so it's an easy pass for Godfrey.
Yeah, luckily a half spin and he can continue. No damage there, but losing some positions. Yeah, back to Godfrey. A little bit far away from Vanotti, and Vanotti, of course, on his behalf is fighting his way back after that incident with Goodman. Coming close to Winter now. Can he make a move right away? I think he can. Pretty nice move. Very clean. Alright.
Alright, we're watching Franklin down onto the 5th lap of this race. 5 out of 34. He's gonna have DRS on Malone. I think there's gonna be a pass down into turn 1. He looks to be closing very fast here. Malone's taking a bit of a defensive line, but still he seems to sort of let Franklin go here. I think that's just playing it smart here. Obviously Franklin on those softer tyres. Eventually he would have caught up. But Malone actually looking down the inside as well, but no, he can't get by just yet.
Alright, yeah, and still Goodman is following as well. Yeah, we have to keep an eye on him as well.
Going to lap 7 then, watching Morali going into the second corner here. Oh, when he gets a little bit beached on the curb, goes wide, locks up a bit, but stays out of the gravel. That could have been really bad for him. Gonna lose a position here too. I think that is Winter. Obviously Morali overtook Winter a couple of laps ago, but it's a slippery mistake. It can happen, but I think Morali is gonna fight that position back very shortly. No damage done, of course, except for a little bit of ego probably, and of course some time.
Yeah, I think he went through the grass actually, and yeah, acted as a lawnmower a little bit this time around. Alright, we stick with this one a little bit more because Morali's really close. He probably recovered. Oh, and there is a mistake of Eads. Oh, that's unfortunate, losing 2 positions, and Morali must be happy at this moment in time and has a great chance of taking Winter again on the long straight.
Yeah, that probably caught Winter a little bit off guard as well, so losing a bit of time it seems, because Morali has really clocked him now. Going past, I would guess, yeah, but Winter looking at the inside, but no, he decides not to. It's not safe enough to go, I don't think. But we're going to have to see if Eads can make that position up. I assume he will be able to. Obviously, Eads a very fast driver paired with Franklin, so he should be able to get by, but he's going to fight. There's going to be a made fight, I think.
Yeah, exactly. It's not so common that Eads makes a mistake like this, but yeah, it's good for the camera, and this is gonna be a nice battle now, I think. Going through the tight chicane here. Ooh, a little wide and late on the brakes, and has almost made contact with Winter there, but kept it safe, kept it clean in the end. All right. Morali is taken off, but Ease is probably going for Winter this time around.
Yeah, we can see Winter not getting traction he wants down into the last corner here. Can he get it pinned though? Yeah, he gets a good exit actually down in the last corner, but obviously now he's with DRS, with the ERS as well, he's going to be fast very easily, I think. And I don't think Winter's going to be able to respond. Yeah, we can see he just has a lot more straight line speed with the DRS right now. It was going to happen eventually, I think, but it's fun. It's always fun seeing overtakes.
Back to the fight with Franklin and Malone, and they switch position a couple of times now, and it looks like Malone can make a move. Franklin defending the inside, so Malone has to go to the outside, and yeah, does a pretty good job and leaves space here. Very respectful racing between the two of them. And yeah, Franklin also an alpha male. He doesn't want to give away the position. Going side by side through this tight corner. That's insane, but they make it work. And yeah, even still, nobody is ahead now. Really close together. But yeah, now the next corner is to the left, of course, and Malone takes the position in the end. Wow, this is what we all want to see. But the fight is causing that Goodman can hang in again, and he is in the DRS of Franklin as well. So, amazing fight.
Yeah, obviously through that last section it's really hard to sort of keep up with the other car, obviously dirty air and so on, through these really tricky corners. But we're gonna see if Franklin can make a move down into turn 1 here. He seems a bit slow. He's about a second off now, so it's going to be hard getting a move done here. But at the same time, Goodman is actually 7/10 behind, so could we see a move from Goodman? Probably, maybe. But then both of them, it's a DRS train, so probably not. No.
Yeah, but still you can see that Goodman doesn't have the straight line speed the other guys have, and that's a real problem for Goodman, because you can be fast, but you need the straight line speed to overtake someone on this track. It's a real tricky short track, and yeah, it's gonna compromise him unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think what we're seeing here is Franklin just sort of saving tyres a bit. Obviously on those softer tyres, they would have probably been a bit cooked after that last battle. So I think it's just him sort of cooling them down for one lap or two here, sort of waiting him out, and then he can go again. I think that's a smart move here, but we see again Goodman getting really close now. Could there be a move done? I don't think so. Obviously, there is a bit of a DRS train forming, but still he keeps up really well. Goodman showing really good pace this race.
Yes, exactly, and we're gonna take one more look at the straights before we skip to the next action. But yeah, he's so close, but you can see here that he's losing out on the straight. As I already expected. Malone trying to break the slipstream there. Yeah, but Goodman just cannot get any closer. But of course this is also because Franklin has DRS as well. Godfrey looks like he can take Winter up for a fight. And yeah, well, it depends a little bit on where they are on track. But oh, and Eats, and oh, we are missing out. This is Eats going for Morali. Very close together now. Also Georgiades and Winter was in between. But yeah, I suspect we're gonna see another move from Eats.
Yeah, but he isn't that close. I mean, I would think he needs to be closer, but oh, it's a bad run off the last corner there for Morales, so there might be a move done, but I think he is a bit too far behind there actually.
He's coming. He's coming.
I
think he's gonna do it.
Actually. There might be a move down to the last second. Yeah, okay, Morales lets him.
No.
I was gonna say he will let him go, but there's a bit of lockup. Maybe a switch up. No, he can't switch back. Okay.
All right.
Nicely done for Eads.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. I just got excited for the fight.
You and me both, mate. You and me both.
All right, back to Godfrey then. Where are you? How are you doing? Yeah, still behind Winter. They're matched up pretty well here, I would say. All right, we keep an eye on them, but let's go for another fight.
So now then, towards the end of lap 14, we're watching Franklin still holding on very well to Malone. These two are gonna battle for the whole race, it seems. Oh, a bit of a slide for Franklin there. Is he going to pit? He seems to. Obviously, Malone trying to quick so, but yeah, Franklin goes for a pit. Bit of a tricky entry here to the pits, but obviously in these F1 cars, there is no problem doing it. Nice and tidy entry. Obviously, we're gonna see where he ends up. It's gonna be interesting to see where he ends up. Maybe in a few back markers. That might hold him back. a little bit. See that nice Vision F1 logo beside his car?
So
And
much
it's a
wheel spin.
burnout.
I think it's just some kind of bug, to be honest. But I'm curious where Franklin comes back on track. It's hard to tell, but that must be Venotti here. No, that is actually a dark red car. So that must be Murali chasing Eats. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Okay, this can be tricky. Maybe Franklin can have some benefits of getting closer to those guys. But what do you think? I think not. It's not gonna happen this lap yet.
Yeah, I don't think it's a benefit being behind them actually. Obviously, I see what you mean. Maybe you can get a free pass when Morelli eventually passes Eads or whatever. But I don't think it's good for Franklin being behind them. So it's going to be interesting to see how quickly he can get past. Obviously, now he switched to C1 tires, the hardest compound. I think Morelli is still on C3, so he has. I mean, they're so equal on tires. Obviously, Morelli has gone his whole race on these, but Franklin on new tires. But he seems to be catching up really well now, Franklin. So I suspect there's going to be a move, maybe even this straight. Taking a very short line here down to last turn. Is there someone pitting? Is that Eads pitting maybe?
Yeah, that's
yes, I think it is.
Yes, and that is unfortunate because that was his teammate. So maybe he could help him out. But all right. At least he has DRS on Morali. Oh, locking up. And oh, I see Morali is actually on the hard compound tire, of course. And that's the reason why he didn't pitch yet. But pit stoppers are coming up pretty soon, I guess.
Yeah, most likely. And we saw a bit of a setup difference there, I think, as well on straight. Obviously, he had DRS, but Morali seemed to lack a bit of straight line speed compared to when Franklin has passed, for example, Malone. He was not very fast towards the end there. So that's always interesting to see how these drivers sort of adapt their cars to every track. Okay, skipping past into lap 20, we're on board with Malone, a few back markers up ahead here. Going to these last turns, I'm guessing we should see a pit stop. Malone always seems to really like to stretch his tires to the maximum. We saw it in Azerbaijan and in, I think it was track before that as well. No, it was the one before that, Istanbul Park. And he goes to pit, yeah. You see, once again, how tricky these pit entries are. Obviously, a lot of downforce on these cars, but still, it is a very tricky section. Now, this is what's going to be interesting to see. Can Franklin actually, has he gained time during this, when he's been behind traffic now? We see Diaz spin actually in the last corner. That is gonna, I think, upset Franklin a little bit mentally. You also get a little bit nervy, I guess, when someone spins in front of you. But yeah, this is going to be the interesting one now. Can he get past Malone or not? I think it's going to be in the exit. Yeah, we're watching Malone now. Is there going to be a green Voltex car? Yes, there is. Franklin actually gets past, and it's about a second behind him, actually. That is really interesting to watch. It's going to be vital now for Malone to get these tires fired up as quickly as possible so he can hunt them down. Malone actually opting for the C3 tires, softer compared to Franklin. So he has the tire advantage, but for how long? I mean, these tires can only go so many laps.
Yeah, well, I have some inside information because a big slide, well corrected. But I have some inside information because Franklin, Malone saw Franklin doing 14 laps on the C3, so he pitted at the exact same moment. So he also had to do 14 laps on the C3 compounded tire. They must be lasting. Oh, they're really slippery. They are really hard to warm up, to be honest. But yeah, still, they are faster once they get up to temperature. But no DRS yet.
Hopefully he's gotten fired up by now. But if he gets another lap like this, he's going to lose a lot of time, I think. But I mean, he could probably gain it back. It's going to be interesting to see as well where Gutman places out of all this. If he has maybe had an incident or hasn't he pitted yet? I'm unsure.
Yeah, well, he overtakes Diaz here, but I think we missed it. Goodman had an incident or something because he dropped out from the fight of Malone and Franklin, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay then, lap 28, we see now Luca Fanotti hunting down Gutman here Minotti making a really good recovery after that lap 1 incident down into exactly this corner. Oh, and it's a bit of a mistake for Gutman here actually. It goes a bit wide on the curb. Can Minotti make a move already here? It would be extraordinary if he could. But no, he waits around. He knows that it is faster to just wait for the DRS zone and get past him there. Gutman looking in his mirrors, it seems, taking that inside sort of more aggressive line to defend. Through these last corners now. Very good exit for both of them. A little bit of wheel spin for Gutman, it seems. Gutman trying to break the toe now. But as we know, Gutman has had a very high downforce setup this week.
Wow. Wow. That was close. But again, the same problem actually. Gutman doesn't have the straight line speed, and it's visually this time in this situation as well. Yeah.
Okay then, going into lap 31, 4 laps to go. We have backmarker Hayes Diaz being passed by our 2 main competitors here in this race. Malone, oh, he's very fast down the straight after the DRS. Hanging on to Franklin now, going to turn 2. Can we see a move? He looks to it, but not quite. Franklin, it seems going a bit wide. I saw him carrying a bit too much speed. Yeah, Malone actually takes that inside line. It's going to be side by side into turn 4 here. Malone on the outside. Franklin's going to hold him off, I think, but no, Malone goes around the outside. It's a mega move for Malone. Franklin still though holding on down to the chicane now. I think it's going to be a move done for Malone here in the inside line. Franklin trying to hold on to the outside. There's it's really good racing here. Really respectful racing from the both of them. Malone inside line.
Yeah, sorry, I need to react, man. Still going side by side is insane. But yeah, you see, it's nice to see that you can go side by side everywhere, even in the tight chicane there. It is possible. Oh, Malone goes wide, and yeah, now Franklin comes back to him again. Pretty quickly already passed him on the straight, and we're gonna stick a little bit more to this fight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because obviously getting by now could be good but also bad. You want to sort of position yourself so that you can make sort of the last move on lap 33 and sort of secure your position, because we've seen that the main overtaking point is turn 1 and you don't get past until after the finish line usually with the DRS now. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers position themselves on these last few laps now.
Yes, exactly, and yeah, you already mentioned it, and this was exactly what Malone was thinking. He had to do it in lap 33 and not in the last lap, because then he was depending on a mistake from Franklin. And I don't know, this is lap 32 or
32, we're on 32 right now.
Alright, then we're gonna skip 1 lap. Alright, again a big slide from Malone. Yeah, lap 33 now, and Malone knows and he wants to do it this time around. Going through this tight chicane here, he is really close and he needs to stay really close, but of course, of the dirty air, this is really hard, and makes a slight mistake here, and the gap is growing. And this is, yeah, very important for Malone that he can do it this time. So, oh, the gap is a little big, to be honest. Franz, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's not actually that big. Obviously, we see Franklin going a bit wide here, maximizing speed, but Malone takes that inside, trying to getting the DRS window here. I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be really tight down turn 1 here. We see a bit of overspeed already from Malone. Could there be a pass done? I think maybe, yeah. Franklin doesn't seem to cover it off actually. It's a bit of avoiding action there for Franklin. No contact, and Malone goes through.
Yeah, I think we need to take another look at this one, to be honest. We're gonna take one more look at the overtake of Malone. This is crucial actually. He's really late, but he has to do it, and he keeps it clean. But you can see Franklin wasn't really expecting it, and that makes him do a little bit of an avoiding move. And yeah, that's actually the reason that the gap is now probably big enough for Malone to stay ahead in the final straight. Franz, you can finish this one off.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, it's going to be hard for Franklin getting by now. If he's get by, it's because of Malone making mistakes, but I don't think he is. Malone is going to be very comfortable now in P1. I think he knows it already. Through these last corners here, it's tricky to get by even with a lot more pace. And Franklin and Malone have been very even on pace, so I think we're not going to see a move here. And I think Malone's just going to take us to the line now. Through the next to last corner, going up this long hill here. Through the last corner, watching Franklin. He's close, but I don't think it's going to be close enough. A bit of correction there from Franklin, and it's going to be, I'm not going to say too early now, but I think it's going to be Malone. Another win for Malone here at Fuji Speedway in Japan. So trying to break the toe, but the race is already done. Franklin P2, it's going to be Vanotti behind, it seems. Another well-executed race for Malone here.
Yeah, well, you were a little quickly, but the finish line is actually really late here. So after the start positions, the end result was 0.2 of a second in between Franklin and Malone. It was disappointing for Franklin probably, but yeah, Malone is really happy. But yeah, you're right, Vanotti just crossed the finish line here in 3rd place. Then we have Goodman crossing the finish line here, and Eads eventually was 5th. And I don't know about the rest. My replay is finished from here. All right, an exciting race. Yeah, Frans, what do you think?
Yeah, it was a pleasure to watch, a pleasure to commentate. Also, I watched it live. It was a really fun race, a really good battle between the League 2 and a lot of other people as well. A good battle. You see a lot of respectful driving today, and not so many incidents, to be fair, only the few in the beginning. So, yeah, it was a really good race for this league. And, yeah, we hope to see you at the next one. It is Interlagos next week. It's Brazil. Yeah, it's going to be round 7 out of 8. The penultimate round is Brazil GP, like I said. A tough track for many. Some really enjoy it, some really hate it. It's going to be interesting to see if we have maybe another few people on the podium.
Yeah, exactly. And before we go, I think it's nice to talk a little bit about the standings. The results are finished, and Malone has 115 points now, and Vanotti on 2nd place. The only one who finished all the races actually is on 100 points, and then Franklin following really close at 97. But there's more. Frans, you always know a lot about 4th place because. Actually,
yeah, of course. The main competitors for 4th place right now is Eads, Gutman, Diaz, and I guess you could count in Albert as well, Horacek. He didn't finish this round, or he didn't start this round, but he is on 27 points compared to Eads 35. So very tight still. I mean, there's only, 8 points difference. So anything can happen with these. A lot of top tier drivers here. I think this is going to be a battle to watch out for. Who can finish the best after the season? We see Gutman having a really good race this race, but maybe he's slow next week. It's very different from every week to week with these drivers.
Yes, you're totally right. And technically, everybody can still get to 4th place. But okay, looking forward to it. And yeah, Frans, again, thank you very much for being with me, commentating. And it must be a great result again, I'm sure.
Yeah, as always, it's been a pleasure, mate. Have a great one. Bye-bye. See you at the next one.
Yes, bye-bye.
Luca, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear you?
Yeah. Congratulations, mate. Another P3, another very nice race. How does it feel?
Damage limitation, it feels.
Yeah. I saw
Having
your
the
incident
crash,
on
so it wasn't ideal. So yeah, damage limitation as much as possible. So P3
as much as possible.
is the best I could have done. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, totally. And can you take us through qualifying? Because you were a bit off the pace, I would say. Was there any mishaps, or did you just not feel comfortable?
It was the lap the only lap I was valid. It was like my first one. The other one were much. They could have been a lot quicker. It was, I think, my best could have been a 14.3, I believe. I could have done it, but I spun around like at the penultimate corner. So still a good lap, starting P4, having a good start to the race. So it was okay, a okay qualifying.
Yeah, totally. Can you take us through your strategy? Like, was it planned to go in that early? Because you were one of the first guys to pit, actually. I don't know if you know that, but
Yeah, I took C3s to go a bit longer on the practice. I initially thought of going C4s at the start, but I decided to go C3s to go a little bit longer and having a bit of strategy decisions later in the race. But having that crash and having a little bit of damage on the wings and having a tiny flat spot on the front right had me go to the pits much earlier than I expected to be. So I did the C3s and C1s, which were which still was a good strategy. It was the C1s were still good, so I'm a okay strategy.
yeah, totally. I mean, it worked out great in the end, I would say, despite that incident. So very nice race. Anything else you want to add about this one?
Good. It was a strange race. It was a very difficult track. I've never drove on it, so it was a bit harder. That last sector on this track is super hard, so it was a bit strange to drive on this track. I was locking up quite a lot, and maybe I did a bit of mistakes using the brake balance. So yeah, not good fights with Goodman, I believe it was. Yeah, it was Goodman. So it's been a solid race, I must say. Not the most entertaining for me, but a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's solid points, I guess. So that must
Yeah,
feel good.
yeah, it feels good.
All right. Once again, congratulations. A very good race, I would say, from you, despite that incident. I think we're going to drag in P2, but yeah, good race.
Thank you so much.
Luke, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, congratulations, P2 once again. But with that 2/10 gap to Malone, how does it feel?
Disappointing, to be honest. Yeah, the pace was there. Just didn't execute it properly. But yeah, it was a very fun race. Good battling. So yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch, I have to admit. But can you take us through qualifying to start with?
Yeah, qualifying went probably as well as it could have. I made a mistake on my last run, so yeah, P2 was probably the best I could get. So yeah, happy with that. Was able to set some good laps.
Yeah, 100%. And you actually opted for C3 tires to start with, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that was quite a different one from a lot of people. So what were your thoughts around strategy this race?
Yeah, the C1 was a nice race tire, and yeah, I knew that I could probably get an undercut, but I made a mistake on my after I pitted, so I didn't really gain as much as I'd planned. Um, but yeah, I took him pretty far, and just glad I was able to stay with Malone for that first stint.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was really fun to watch. You were staying with him for quite a lot of the race, especially those last 5 laps. Did it was it stressful the last few laps, or were you like keeping your cool, or what's going through your head on those last 6 laps?
It's more just keeping it clean, to be honest. Yeah, obviously you don't want an accident or contact that late on. You never know. You don't want to be out of the race or losing position. So yeah, it's just keeping calm and just trying to maximize the position.
Yeah, 100%. And it's a great result for the team as well, I have to admit. You P2 and Eads P5. How have you two worked together to like this week to practice and so on?
Well, obviously we do drive differently, so setups and that we if we find something we'll tell the other, but yeah, setup wise we go our separate direction. It's more just strategy and just getting the laps in and seeing what we can do and where we can improve.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just going to check the standings real quick. You and Fanotti are very close together now after this race. How do you feel going against him? Do you see him as a threat, or have you got this under control from here on?
It's not over till it's over. You know, Vanotti is very quick. We saw that in Baku and even in the previous races. So yeah, he's a very quick driver, and yeah, if he's on his day and it's a track that suits him to his maximum ability, then yeah, he's pretty hard to stop. And yeah, it's another guy at the top that yeah, it just makes that a little bit more stressful. But yeah, it's yeah, good that it's close, and yeah, hopefully we can come out on top.
Yeah, totally. Well, I'm gonna let you to it. Once again, congratulations for another P2. Maybe a bit of a sad one for you, but still, P2 is P2, mate. That's always good points. As always, we see you at the next one. Bye bye.
Thank you. See you later.
Welcome, Malone. Congratulations once again, another victory. A very tough battle, I will say. You were fighting Franklin a lot of time, but let's start from the beginning with qualifying. I saw you were making quite a lot of mistakes on the first few laps. Anything to add to that?
Well, not really, but I just noticed that I wasn't going to improve my time, so I choose to go wide and start over. But I did a pretty good first lap, and yeah, then actually the last lap I did, it was my record lap, so just got pole position, and I was very happy with it, to be honest, because Franklin was faster in practice than me. I knew there was a couple of tenths still in it, but I couldn't put the lap together, to be honest. So great job from him, and still pole position. So I'm happy.
Yeah, 100%. You should be, mate. It was really fun to watch. Obviously, on that last lap, Franklin did a little mistake in the last corner and lost out. Otherwise, he probably would have beaten you. But yeah, it's what happens. It's really fun to watch. What was your strategy today, though? Because you started on C1 compared to others who started on C3.
Yeah, that's true. I tested a couple of tires, of course, and the C1 felt really good. And the C4s were just not a race tire. And the C3s, they were not so easy to drive. A little bit of overheating in the long right-hander. So I needed to lift up off every time to control the tire temperatures. But yeah, it was a great it was a great race, mate. I'm so happy that I won, but not only that, because of the side by side racing, we Franklin, he's really a professional. We can go side by side in every corner, and we did at some points in the race, and that was simply amazing. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to watch. Was there any mishaps during the pit stops, or because I saw you drop by? Actually, you would have probably come out on top if you have done similar pit stops, but I think you dropped a little bit during the pit stops compared to Franklin.
No, everything went great, to be honest, but I was really careful to not go outside of the track limits of the pit. Yeah, I don't know. I think the C3 tires were a little bit more difficult to drive, but they were faster, so I could close the gap. And then we had a great fight, but the pace was almost the same. And yeah, in the end, it is a tactical battle, and not so much like we both couldn't build a gap when we were in front. So I tried to position myself on the right in the right way, and I was not sure, but I chose to overtake him just the penultimate lap, and not wait for the last straight, because I thought that's tricky, and I need to have a great exit. And who knows, he makes a little bit of a mistake. I don't think he did make a mistake, but there, yeah, I could get a little bit of a gap in the last lap, and that was enough to take the win, that he didn't have a chance anymore. So Yeah, that was an amazing race, man, and I'm sweating all over it. I never had such a such a close battle, to be honest. So yeah, that's great. All credits for
Yeah,
him
100.
for Luca Franklin as well, of course. And I feel bad for him for the two tens. He lost with 2 10s, and it was the same to Venotti in Baku. So he must be feeling not that great, I guess, but great race.
Yeah, and was there anything that you think you could have done differently to sort of improve your pace or anything at all?
No, I don't think so. I drove a pretty clean race. Of course, you have some moments, but that's always the case, and especially actually with the C3 when they were not up to temperature yet. And that's really strange because the C1s, when they are cold, they still have this confidence in the corners, but the C3 really needed to warm up first before they have the grip. But I managed to do it. So no, pretty clean from me. No penalties, no track limits, nothing. Yeah, maybe one track warning or something, but yeah, that happens.
Yeah, 100%. Great race from you. I hope we see you in the next one. Once again, congratulations, mate. Have a great one.
Thank you very much for interviewing, and we meet soon. Bye, mate.
Yeah, 100% next week.
Thank you, man.